Hey, welcome to Quest to be the Best with professional golfer Tess Hackworthy, and in this episode we are working on Tess's process and getting really into the nitty-gritty of it, especially her thoughts over the ball, which is one of the hardest things in the world for golfers to define. So we're going to go over some strategies and some things and show you the inside ropes of how we're doing that, because it's something I just don't feel like she has down enough. It's something we've talked about for a while, so we're going to really pin her down on this episode and really work on those last thoughts, Tess's process, all coming up on Quest to be the Best. Stay tuned.
So I feel like I changed my thoughts there.
Yeah.
That was not target. I was thinking about my lower body.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I like to err on thinking about something on this side of the ball
Uh-huh.
versus something on this side of the ball.
Right. How's that working for you?
Not good. See that?
Yeah. I mean, this is super common. 3 different shots, 3 different thoughts. Like, this is one of the things that players, even at some of the times the highest level, can't really define is, you know, what is that thought over the ball and how consistent is it? So we tend to think of a routine or a process and we think about doing the same physical actions over and over. It doesn't really matter the physical actions. What matters is our thoughts, because our thoughts are what's controlling everything going on in your body, which essentially is going to make the difference between being able to execute and not. So basically you just hit 3 shots with 3 different thought processes.
And I never once thought the same thing right before I hit the shot.
Right. That's an issue. Right? That's why we see 3 different shots.
Yeah, probably.
All right. We're just going to keep drilling her on this until she gets it. What's that last thought? That's the biggest thing we got to define. Basically defining the exact thought over the ball. And like, let's try to really make sure we identify then what's that last thing you're doing to get it into that zone.
I feel that whenever you ask me this question, I'll tell you what I want my last thought to be, but the question is, do I actually use it?
Right. And how consistent it is. I mean, that's really the high level stuff right there.
It's not.
If you can do it at 90% of the time, like, that's super high level. And then practice in that fashion. And do it on a day in and day out basis where every single time the thought over the ball is the exact same. It doesn't even have to be golf related, but it boils back down to, like, what can you do that's going to, number one, be confident.
Yeah.
You know, can I, like, is that a feel or a thought or something that's confident? Because essentially a lot of people try to be clear with their thoughts and then they get more thoughts because they're not in control of them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that's kind of what...
Like, we're basically just trying to control the conscious, because that's what's going to start going crazy, especially if we don't know what to do and we don't practice in that fashion, because then we're just reacting to what's happening. Like, the environment's controlling everything.
Right.
Yeah, defining the process has been really hard for me. And by process, I mean a mental process. So it's kind of funny. Kyle's always like, what's your process? I'm like, oh, this is what I do. I step back behind the target. I take my practice swing, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, that's pre-shot routine. Like, that's what your body's doing. Like, what is your mind doing? So I've never spent time on a mental process before. So this has actually been really hard for me in really breaking down what I want to be going through my mind before the shot.
That was not target. I was thinking about my lower body.
Uh-huh.
God.
So again, let's go back to the hooks around the yellow noodle. Just low draws, doesn't matter how much it goes. Okay.
Couldn't tell you anything about my setup.
Sweet. You notice how that ball kind of always ends up where it needs to end up?
I know how that works.
Right? I like that swing.
Yeah, that's better.
That's freed up.
I don't really do much there.
What do you mean?
I don't really think about anything.
Right. And again, that's the kind of clear-minded, like I was saying. It's just the point is like, it's gonna be hard to repeat just not thinking of anything.
Yeah.
So it's like, how can we like just control it to the simplest nature? Even if it was something stupid, just like the word that has nothing to do with golf. Like anything that can control the conscious to get us to move like that.
$1 million bucks?
Yeah. And you know what was so like, one of the most genius things ever in a movie? You ever see Tin Cup?
Yeah.
You know what I used to say, dollar bills?
Why?
No, I'm saying like, you remember those
how he
scenes
did
where
that,
he's
yeah.
in there, like that scene where he goes up there, takes the 3-wood out, and then hits it over there like when he's the caddy?
Yes.
He gets over that thing, not warmed up at all, it's just dollar bills.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally controlling his thoughts. It's always, that's it.
Yeah.
If he gets it out of there, I'd be surprised. At Tour Pro, I'd give 10 to 1.
Dollar bills. Oh, he's not that good.
Do you believe this?
I mean, that's what I mean by being that precise. And then when he's warming up for the U.S. Open, he's on the range, dollar bills, dollar bills. That's literally his thought over the ball.
Dollar bills.
Like,
Nothing else.
it's classic. So when I used to tell you, like, I always say money,
Yeah.
that's literally all that is. Because that just puts me in a state where I feel like I can be aggressive and hit a shot with like athleticism and confidence.
Because the only thing your mind's thinking about is money.
Yeah, just good. You know,
Whether you're
I think money like,
money or the word.
yeah, I'm not thinking about like actual cash, just like, you know,
Why
that's
not?
money.
You hit it tight.
Like a jump shot, money, you know?
I mean, this shouldn't be that hard, right?
So I feel like I changed my thoughts there.
Yeah.
I saw the trees and then I started thinking about that the wind was gonna take my ball.
Okay.
I got a lot going on in here.
Well, we're clearing it out. All right, so this is a good example. Like when we don't have this defined, it's going to change whether you want it to or not. I mean, we have about 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day. So our brains are just going like this. So if we don't have that under control and know exactly what to hold on to as we're swinging, then you're gonna typically get into some thought that's probably not in the best nature. But the goal here is everything's gotta stay on this, not so much out where it's gonna end up. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I get it through here with the shot I wanna hit, it's gonna end up where I want because I have the right club, I did all the aiming, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So then from there, it's like, how are we gonna get it there? It's like, get your club face. And we wanna keep that attention just through here. Like, can you really go that way with the face doing what you wanna do to hit the shot?
No. There.
All right? And you know 100% if you do that, it's gonna be good.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, $1 million bucks.
All right.
$1 million bucks, baby. That was solid.
Right?
What is that last thought? What is my process? So it's going to take some time, definitely some dedication to really focus on just thinking through this mental process before each shot and not letting my mind kind of wander into other areas.
All right, what are we doing here?
All right. I'm just putting the ball right through these two stakes,
All right.
drawing it at the pin.
Well, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
That was solid.
Yeah.
Oh, that was solid. Solid. That was kind of spanked.
Right.
Once I can get this down, then this is like money. I mean, all you have to do is just think this one last thought or put your mind through this process, and all these other crazy outside factors you can't think about because you're forcing your mind to go through a different process. So all that extra junk can't even enter your mind. So I'm really excited until I can finally hone in on this one mental process.
All right, thanks for watching this episode. We got a lot more coming up in future episodes. We're gonna get into some mental toughness training. We're just gonna keep building this process out. We're gonna put Tess through the ringer and really toughen her up. We're gonna follow along that journey as she continues her professional career. So thank you so much for watching. We will see you in that next video. You're consistent with that?
In the last couple shots.
All right, we're getting somewhere.
We'll see if it continues.
All right, we're getting somewhere.